Hey everyone, welcome back to Anita's Joint. Hashtag Extendajoint, where every day is payday, baby. You tuned in to another esoteric football commentary with your girl, Anita Flying High here. What we got here? Okay, we're live here on Twitch, doing good. And then we just look at YouTube. And we are okay on YouTube. So I'm just gonna pause that. They're doing the national anthems right now. I got the TV on the big screen. Hope everyone's well. I'm well. We chilling. USA and Brazil in the final. Both of them got here in very controversial ways. So, I mean, I hope this final is not going to be controversial, but knowing the shadow government, well, they probably have something up their sleeves for this game. Like the lineups. So we have, it's almost getting to the midfield that I like. But you have Sam Coffey, you have Roosevelt, you have Haran. So that is kind of what I wanted. But you're adding Albert in there, so it looks like maybe they go to a back three or something like that. But you got Gurma, Dunn, Emily Fox, Davidson. It's very interesting. It's like maybe like a 4-4-2, I imagine, because you're gonna have Alex Morgan and Trinity Rodman up top by themselves. So that looks like it's gonna be a 4-4-2 with Alex and Rodman up top. Okay, but we of course, we don't have to go in on Miss Sam Kerr. With Sam Kerr, we found some things out, Sam. Like, what? What, Sammy? Stupid white bastard or stupid white cop? He went up to him, Flash. He said, yeah, 4-4-2, very strange to see Coffee and that in the starting lineup. Brazil 3-1. Okay. Okay. Brazil 3-1. What is it? They gotta play the race card. I don't care if it's white or black, African, Japanese, what, Brazilian, Portuguese, Guatemalan, Puerto Rican, Chilean, I don't care. So 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 they want us to distract us from the cop. They want to distract us from the cop or bastard, but it still says white. So I mean, isn't this still race? I mean, if they want to go off the program that they taught us, white is a race that they taught us, so she's still in both sentences is being racist. Stupid white cop, you stupid white cop, you stupid white bastard. That's still racist, Sam. You can't say that to niggas. You just can't say that to niggas. Like you can't do that, Sam. What are you doing? What are you doing, Sam? You know they gonna use that to get you. She talking about that. Fuck this stupid white bastard, man. Fuck that nigga. That's what she said. She said, fuck that nigga. So this is, okay, so apparently this is the act that she broke. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, so they're showing the lineups. Yo, it's like a 4-4-2, something like that. Brazil, man, shout out to Brazil. They got Antonia, Dias, Tacareni, Gabby Portillo, Yasmin, Adriana, Santos, Bia, Gabby Nunes. I think this is Simon Perito. No, Davinia. What? Come on, y'all not starting my girl Davinia? Stop it. I don't know why they're not starting my girl Davinia. Why they want to do it like that? Why they want to do my girl Davinia like that? That's not right. That's not right. VAR, don't fuck it up tonight. Okay, VAR? Yeah, how VAR fuck up? I have to whisper, Lou. I'm not in my natural location, so I can't be as expressive. I can, but anyways, I'm not home. It's in San Antonio. Okay? And I'm not there. I'm somewhere else. But I do like this little. Anyways, I'm very excited. Okay? I'm in good spirits. Okay? So it looks like Brazil on a 3-4-3. I had to look up here. All right, I'm watching. When I look up there, I'm looking at the TV right there. Okay, checking out. I got the volume up a little bit, but um, where's the remote? Here it is. I got that remote turned up a little bit, but I want to watch Okay, y'all, if y'all have never seen this video on YouTube, it's a great video because listen, I'm not the I'm look, I can always tell y'all, you're not your race and you're not your nationality. That's all a lie. Even though you look at me and I look black to you, and I'm not black. It's just based upon the matrix I am. Okay? Okay. All right. But remember, in the Matrix, Sam technically is a racist for calling this nigga a stupid white bastard and a stupid white cop. She technically said some racist shit. So, and listen, shout out to white people. We gotta defend these white people, bro. They out here getting targeted. Right? They targeted white people. Yeah, look, I'm gonna start the clock. Hold on, I got some videos, okay? But here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. If y'all never seen this video with this gentleman, I think I downloaded it. Let me add it. Let me find it. But I got to put the copyright because I'm not too sure. I gotta put the copyright rate. Alright, because I'm gonna show some videos on YouTube, so I just need to make sure that we're okay. But this video, what are we doing to white people, got a lot of views. But he broke down some mentalities that I enjoyed, and I remember watching this way back. Well, he didn't really, you know. He made this video. Y'all about to see. Let's see. And I'm gonna have to put on my headphones too, so I can stop it, you know. Yeah, and it's all we gotta go through this all because of Sam Kerr. God damn, Sam Kerr, stop being racist.
Let's talk about what we're doing to white people. There's been something going on for a while now. So we're being told.
Alright, this is the guy. Okay. If you've never seen this video, I'm gonna put it in the description. Mr. Charlie. It's funny too, cause he has the name of my former dog. That's the link, alright? I'm trying to figure out, why can't I see my chat? Okay, let me just put this to the bottom. Order. Oh shit, wrong one. USA. Morgan. See, I was gonna record this. I'll put it right there. We'll just put that right there. Bring old boy a little down. Bring old boy down here. Alright. Okay. I think there's one more thing I want to do. Yes. This shadow government out here. I can't believe this shit. Shadow government, y'all wildin'. Okay, I need to put my headphones on so I can listen to the video with y'all. And we can pause and pause. We can pause. No Jaden Shaw in the lineup. Very interesting. Very interesting. No Jaden Shaw. Alright. I think I'm good. Y'all ready? I gotta make sure I can hear it too. Hold on. Let's see. Let's play the video now. Let's see. Can I hear?
Not to notice.
Hell no, I can't hear him. Alright. There it is. Media source 2. Alright, there you go. Y'all should be able to hear it now.
Point that we're asking white people not only to ignore, but to accept the rising tide of racial hatred against white people. In the past decade, there has been a noticeable cultural shift in what constitutes acceptable speech as it relates to white people. Back when I was a kid, in the early 2000s, the mainstream American culture preached about respecting each other's differences and not seeing color. Nowadays, we say that not seeing color is racism, that you must see color. But the more I see how things are unfolding, the more I'm convinced that this is wrong. Back then, saying something offhanded about white people were seen as not appropriate, just as it would be to say something offhanded about people of any other race. But that soon gave way to our current times, in which there exists virtually no limit to what racial minorities can and do say about white people. I believe this is the natural outgrowth of a perverse ideology that teaches us that every societal ill, is the fault of white people, and that whatever prejudice acts we may inflict upon them does not constitute discrimination because we don't have the power to discriminate. And alarmingly, this is particularly pronounced in the younger generation. But is it true? Do we not have the power to discriminate? Well, let's see. First, let's take a look at the racial hatred at the interpersonal level. In today's society, it has become somewhat fashionable to think things and say things about and to white people that would not be acceptable if it was said about any other race.
Right. So he about to show us some examples. And you know, he's Asian or whatever they consider, but he's just another person here on Earth, here like us. And they're trying to use Sam Kerr's race and her sexuality to say that she can't be a racist. Like, or what? No, nigga, you can be a racist. I don't give a fuck what you identify as. Indian, white, whatever, black. They're targeting white people. And it's not right. You can find other things to say about someone. Like, if you didn't like how he or she approached you, you ain't gotta call them white. They know that they're white, Sam Kerr. I'm okay with this, you stupid cop. You stupid bastard. But now you put the white in there, Sam Kerr, you didn't cross the line, nigga. You didn't cross the line. And now your ass in court, pleading not guilty? You're like, God damn, I didn't know this shit would go this far. I didn't know either. But look at some of these stuff these people say about to white people. Man, y'all wild.
We're being taught that this double standard is not wrong, that it is rather a form of empowerment. They'll attribute negative experiences that they've had with white people to their whiteness. You had an argument in line at the grocery store with a white person? They were acting entitled because they were white. A white driver cut you off when you were driving? They need to check their white privilege. Your actions, your conduct, and your existence, in other words, boil down to your whiteness. And ashamedly, at one point in time, this was how I used to think as well. And beyond the people in my circle, I noticed that many people of color have this sort of blasé attitude, an attitude most particularly pronounced when there are no other white people around. Things are being said not just behind closed doors, but out in the open. Not just between close friends, but between complete strangers. So here's the thing. This is something that I've experienced countless times, so I know that there are other people who are experiencing it too. I know it must resonate with at least someone.
Oh.
The difficulty here is that
hey,
no
yo,
matter how
Gabby
many
Nunes
share,
already
that,
on the attack.
And people who refuse to believe that this is happening will just chalk it up to my experiences being a fluke. Or worse yet, they'll say I'm lying. So I've compiled some TikTok videos.
Yes, TikTok.
I want you to take a look at the things that are being said about white people, especially by the younger generation. The kind of statements people would dare say about people of any other race. Take a look at what is stunningly in vogue in today's society and ask yourselves, where does this lead to years down the line?
You have a token white and you're hanging out with your friend group of color. You need to ask permission from everybody in the group to bring your white friend. Like, don't.
Nah, this is outlandish. Albert was defending the back line because Dunn isn't there. Oh, Lord. Yo, that's why I'm like, I don't understand how Albert got in before everyone else. Like, why? How is Albert the better player? It doesn't make sense. She's still young. She's very young. Now, we got to see Albert moments like Jaden Shaw? No. How we got to see Albert moments like Olivia Moulter? No. So I don't understand why she's getting favor over some of the other younger players that actually, in this tournament, we have been able to see something from. I think she's kind of just a low-key player. And it allows her to not be as an influence to the team. So she's kind of like a just, I'm not saying just a body, but she kind of is just a body. And anybody just go out there and defend, okay? Go out there and don't be an influence, but don't be a hindrance either. With Olivia, with Shaw, we know that they are gonna be an impact. They're gonna be impact players, and I feel that's what at the current moment, because Albert's young, at the current moment, they're gonna give her this role, and if she's okay with this role, it's okay right now because we have players that are better than her around her, even though she's still young, so she has time to grow. But Brazil got this free kick right here. What I'm saying, only two of the only four. Is Brazil going home with the gold? You got what? You got both Gabbies over there? No, I think this is who number 20, Sabrino. And then who was the other one? Gabby? The other Gabby. Let's see. That can't be Kerr's defense. She has to apologize. Yeah, she says she's not guilty. Ooh, that's a good look. That's a good look, She can't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. You can't call somebody. You can't call them that, Sam. I don't care how mad you are. And if it was a black person, if you said stupid black cop, people wouldn't be talking about, we wouldn't even be having a discussion that she's racist or not. We definitely claim that she's racist. But now that it's a white cop, people don't know if it's racist or not. They're like, is that racist or not? But if she said stupid black cop, that's racist. But if she said stupid white cop, it's not racist. I'm Indian. I'm Indian. Oh, whatever she is, whatever. So the shadow government will continuously try to put racism. That's like it's like when we go to school, that's something they nailed in our subconscious, our race. And this is the last, even more attempts. That's why I was so surprised. I was like, aggravated harassment. What did she say? And we didn't know, like, why is this now? We're coming up, we get told this stuff now? A year later? So she's going. And I mean, it's comical because it's like, well, yeah, I think it's a racist statement. If someone called me stupid racist, if someone called me stupid black bastard, stupid white cop, stupid black cop, I would feel offended. And see, what if she said it multiple times? She said it, you stupid. She probably did a mixture of both. I'm not allegedly. But because they released to us like, well, it's stupid white bastard, stupid white cop. So she probably said both. And the court, they said that the court, she's going to go with stupid white cop. Bastard is less derogatory than cop. Because he's a cop, right? But I'm just like, it still doesn't fit the fact that you called him or her by his color. You called them white. And you don't need to call him white. Don't bring race into this, Sam. Don't bring race into it. Stop it. We don't need that. We already know people are divided already on this thing right here. Race. And in Gematria, Samantha Kerr is 48 and Race 4 is 48 as well. So I wasn't surprised that synced up. Because that's what they try to do when they need like a massive distraction. I'm like, what are they trying to distract us from? That horrendous semifinals, the two semifinal matches, the horrendous.
Don't just bring them.
Hold on. And this shit wild on TikTok. She said you need to ask permission to bring your white friend. The fuck is wrong with y'all niggas? What? She's wild.
Not be in the mood to deal with.
And he did say the younger generation, okay? He did say the younger generation. So people.
White shenanigans that day. That's all I'm saying. And another thing, it feeds into their ego. Like, don't let them think they're a good white person.
Accomplices ask, how can they support Black and Indigenous people of color? And sometimes I really don't know what to say, but here's one easy way. Just don't have babies.
can single-handedly cause the white genocide that they are so afraid of. With 2.25 billion Asian women and 500 million white men, baby, it only takes...
Alright, some weird shit. Hold on, it's a black lady.
It's almost like one's language and phrases reflects one's nature.
Yes, nigga, y'all gotta be careful. Hold on, what did she say? Sam Kerr got caught calling the white man a white man.
Like, don't let them think they're a good white person.
Accomplices ask,
that's racist.
how can they support Black and Indigenous people of color? And sometimes I really don't know what to say, but
that's some weird shit.
Men, baby, it only take 2 generations.
I'm not sure.
In 2 generations.
They trying to wipe. Listen, y'all, look what they saying about white people. They say, well, niggas, you have our babies, you ain't gonna be here. Why y'all trying to get rid of the white people? That's why we gotta defend the white folk, man. I'm telling you, I defend everyone. Because if it was us, we would want their defense. That's why I gotta defend, oh boy, against Sam Kerr. She can't call you stupid white bastard. She can't call you stupid white cop. She can't do that. I don't care if she is Sam Kerr. That's not right.
There will no longer be any blonde-haired...
These are some things I noticed about white American culture. Being grounded is a punishment to them.
That's stupid. But anyways, also, I had asked my uncle. I asked her to see what she looks like. He said she looks like a white girl. So not like a white girl, but he said she looked white. So white on white crime, Sam Kerr. White on white crime. We got black on black crime all the time. So white on white crime? This is just, I just asked one person. What y'all think? Does Sam Kerr look white to you? They say she Indian and English or something like that. So technically she is a half whitey.
That's what they call punishment. The least grounded, least balanced, most destructive race.
Y'all niggas wild.
What is with Caucasian people and like their inability to like read a fucking room? Like, y'all act like you don't understand shit because y'all be the first ones during a conversation about the Holocaust to get so mad when black people be like, you do realize that the original Jewish people were black, right? White people do not need to explain to anybody about us all bleeding red because, baby, you all are the people that need to learn that lesson. Clearly, history shows that you all are the people that like to pillage and eradicate, enslave and oppress, attempt to suppress greatness because
damn, all that shit, all the hatred for the white folk.
You all simply don't have it.
Right? Here go y'all cum goblins who don't even live in the fucking cities. Which, by the way, the Q-tip people are the last ones to ever talk about.
The Q-tip people? Is that white folks? That's a new one.
Somebody stealing anything. Y'all wouldn't be in this country had it not been for y'all stealing it. So y'all are...
Now, Sam's case isn't that severe. Because... then again, she was in a one-on-one altercation. These people are just on the internet talking shit, right? Sam was in a one-on-one altercation. That's what we believe, in a taxi. It was a taxi cab, right? They had some beef over a taxi cab. So I'm guessing taxi fare. Something happened where the bill was too high. She's like, I ain't paying that. I don't know. I'm like, Sam, whatever happened to have the cops called, I bet you it was avoidable.
Trying to get necessities and things that they need. And yes, a TV is a fucking necessity thing. You feel like you're better than because people are out here stealing and you would never. First of all, if you...
Hold on, let's get back to oh boy. Cause when white people say they hate being white, lol. Girl said you can't be racist to white people. Here you go.
You went all the way to
this bitch weird.
That's the idea that when you have a power disparity, the less powerful sort of has this general society given leeway to complain about the more powerful. The villagers complaining about their king doesn't have the same ring as the king making snide and crude comments about the villagers. But that's not what's going on here. Because although certain segments of our society refuse to believe this, even as evidence mount before our very eyes, in one side of the political aisle, people of color actually have greater power than white people. That is the truth that is not being acknowledged by the people that need to hear it, because this gets in the way of them wielding that power in the way they want.
Right.
I've heard from somewhere that politics is downstream of culture, and I think that is certainly correct. We have a mainstream culture that tells us it's okay to hold prejudice and hateful view of white people.
Right. Because they feel like that's why it's so like weird that like more people are in favor of Sam. They probably people don't think Sam did anything wrong. Some people don't. It might be 50-50. But you just can't say that. You just can't say that. And then, like I said, I've never heard of a case. I guess it's because it's Kerr. She's a soccer player. She's more. Hold on. What's going down here? Damn, Coffee getting bullied off from Bia. Bia's huge, man. Another free kick, Brazil. Man, you know, USA struggling right now. USA struggling. We need to get it together. And so they're gonna use that. Like I said, it's a dumb. She can't use this defense. And I don't know how much can you get in jail time for this? I don't know if you can get you can go to jail now for being a racist. That's a new thing for me though. I don't know. She'll probably get some community service, but I don't think that she'll get any punishment, to be honest. I think this is all to see how the people react and respond. And I just don't think, Sam, you can't call someone that. Like, that it's a racist slur. If I called you a stupid black bastard, you're like, this is calling me the black bastard. And I'm not even black. You just can't do it, Sam. You can't do it. And we're being programmed to say whatever we want to white people, and that's not right. That's not right at all. That's not right at all. We're not supposed to turn around and treat them disgustingly just because in the history books that they gave us, they called niggas nigger and drove people off their land. We're not supposed to turn around and be hateful and not defend and not speak up for what's right. We're not supposed to turn around and well, they did it to us. About time someone did it to them. No, that's not right. Then we're no better than them. Then we're no better. And that's what people don't want to admit, because they just feel like they can't be racist because they're of color. And it's a wrong ideology. And we all know that. Because how does it make you feel? We all know that. It's wrong to do that. But this guy had he had a lot of great, because I'm a Gemini. I enjoy how people are able to explain certain things. And this video, it really resonated with me because it allowed me to expand my awareness in how white people are treated in today's society. Oh, God. I think I've only seen Brazil opportunities. USA, y'all struggling.
And our politics is then infused with this energy, and we see active, overt, and on the books racial discrimination of white people that those who are perpetuating this hatred is refusing to see as discrimination. They'll say, no, this is remediation. These are the same people who are making tenuous arguments that some of our race-neutral laws discriminate against people of color. And this is certainly evidence that in one side of the political aisle, people of color have more power than white people. Because if we didn't have the power, we wouldn't be able to put into place practices and policies that does this. That's what power is. Things like Minneapolis local government agreeing to a contract with the teachers union that says white teachers must be fired first.
Damn. Now they taking your jobs? They're like, nigga, y'all need to go. Y'all white people got money. Stereotyping white people that all white people have money, that's not right. Not all white people have money. So they're like, they're the first ones to go. You're the first ones to go. Because you're white. Are we just supposed to expect that you're rich? We're just supposed to assume all white people are rich? That's not reality. That's not real. Not all white people are rich.
New York City's government enacting a policy of having white seniors go to the back of the line on life-saving COVID treatment.
Damn, they were sending you to the back of the line. During the Rona? The pandemic? The Great Reset?
A college professor that says white people should be killed and facing no repercussions. Cornell University banning white people from rock climbing lessons.
Rock climbing lessons? First of all, I'm afraid of heights. I'm never getting up on nothing like that. Okay? You won't catch me on no damn rock climb. I'll pass. I'll pass on the rock climb.
One of many, many, many instances of liberal colleges doing the utmost to exclude and ostracize white students. BIPOC-only events equal no whites, but they don't have the guts to say that, even though that is what that is. That's what makes us different than the mere grumblings of the common villager. The villagers have surrounded the palace, demanding Marie Antoinette's head. The power dynamics have shifted. That is a fact. Progressive media outlets do not cover these stories. Some people out there have no idea that this is going on. But worse, some others out there know but agree with what's going on. And for those people to convince themselves that this is not racial discrimination, they play mind tricks and word games.
Yes, mind tricks and word games. So Sam Kerr is trying to say, I didn't call him a stupid white bastard. I called him a stupid white cop. Huh? I think you're trying to play a mind trick with word games. All you did was remove the bastard and put cop. But you stuck to the white. And you could have just said, I said stupid cop. But you have to, and that's what I'm saying, like, the fact that we now know that she called him that, or, yeah, she called him this. So I'm guessing she openly admitted. She says she's not guilty because they said that they want to change the bastard and they want to put cop. They want to change, they need to remove the white, but they can't remove it because she called him that. She called him it. And like I said, I think allegedly she called him both. I think she called them both. But we'll never know. We don't have no body cam image. We don't have no body cam footage. We got a body cam on the guy or girl. We don't even, is it a guy or a girl? We don't even know that. It doesn't matter. There was white, though. That's what we know.
They use phrases and talking points like punching up. You can't be racist to white people.
You can't be racist to white people now? No, that's not right. You can be. You can be. And this is Sam Kerr saying that to the guy is a form of racism. You can be racist to white people. This is a prime example. Stupid white cop. And like I said, he called it harassment. So like I said, I think she called him stupid white cop multiple times. Multiple times. She called him that multiple times. The number 3 for Brazil is so tall. Aloha. Number 3, Tanakani. Yo, USA out here playing defense. Yo, how many shots is it for Brazil? Let me see. They're killing the game right now, Brazil. Brazil, y'all killing the game. Let me see. Penalty stats. It only says 4 shots, but I feel like I've seen more. Coffee getting the foul called on her. Oh goodness.
Can't oppress the oppressor, meaning I'm acting oppressively, but I've designated you as the oppressor, so everything goes. Or Abraham X. Kennedy's infamous words, the only way to remedy past discrimination is current discrimination. Or when people say things like, what we're doing to white people is not racism, because racism is prejudice plus power, and we...
Yeah, that shit. Sam Kerr got power, nigga. So she's a football player, nigga. Like, she's a well-known football player. She got power, so there's definitely no minority. In her defense, she's not the minority. Even if she is Indian or half English, she's not the minority. That's for sure. She's a world-known soccer player. So she got power and influence. So the cop is the one without the power, and that cop just so happened to be white. So, yeah, Sam, you're the what do you call him? The oppressor. You're oppressor, but you think since he's a white person, he's the oppressor. But you oppressed him. You have more power than him. You're Sam Kerr. He's just a white cop. A white bastard. But you're Sam Kerr, the football player. Sam, this is bad. This is bad, Sam. No bueno. No bueno.
don't have the power. They use all this mind-bending apparatus to delude themselves into believing what they're doing faces no moral quandary. But in the back of their mind...
And like I said, it's just one incident. I'm not saying, all right, Sam, you're a racist. But your comment was racist. And I'm not saying this is what you do on your everyday thing. But yeah, you don't have to say I'm sorry. Whatever, you could have just called him a stupid cop, a stupid bastard. And you probably wouldn't have got this much heat. You probably would have got no heat because they couldn't use anything against you. But since you put the white in there, and whatever you did to him or her triggered something, and they told.
Perhaps in their subconscious minds, is racial revenge.
She's getting
we experienced it.
She getting revenge for the Indian folk in her culture.
You experienced it too.
We didn't. Nobody asked Sam Kerr to be the spokeswoman of their culture, though. Remember that. No one asked Sam Kerr to do nothing. Sam Kerr is an individual herself. No one asked her to do anything. That's why you have to speak for yourself. You can't be allowing these celebrities to speak for you. You can't be allowing these stars that are worshipped by the masses to speak for you. Because they don't speak for you. Because they're not living the life that you're living. Yeah.
See how you like it. Yeah, that people of color are using our newfound power to act this way and then pretend like...
Yes, it's wild.
None of this is going on leads me to believe that we would have done the same thing that white people did.
Oh, Morgan here free? Almost. Okay, good run from Albert, too. Good run from Albert to create that. She number 15, right? That was a good look. Morgan should have finished that one. Well, she almost got there. If it was Sophia Smith, she probably would have got there. Get Alex out of there. She's too old. Get Alex out of there. She's old. She couldn't catch up. She's old. Get her out of there. Sophia Smith would have caught it. She would have caught that class.
Such acts have its roots in human nature, not white people nature. And one can only imagine what might happen in the coming decades when the demographics of the US will have shifted such that white people will no longer constitute the majority. When the younger generation you've just seen have graduated from elite schools and hold positions of power in our institutions, our government, corporations, entertainment, news media, and so forth, how they might, in wielding the levers of society, be able to rationalize, using their adult brain, the hatred that was embedded in their minds during their adolescence. What we're seeing is just the beginning. To the white people who are watching, I just want to say, you are not an oppressor for refusing to accept an ideology that teaches people to hate you, that teaches you that you are inherently bad.
Yeah, shout out to the cop that said, man, this is racist. You can't call me stupid black cop and get away with it. Can't call me stupid white cop and get away with this, Sam. So Sam probably didn't think, oh, this person ain't gonna snitch. He sure did. He snitched or she snitched. You use the racist. What is it called? Hold on. What did they say? What did they say, Sam Kerr? What did you have to plead not guilty for again, Sam Kerr? Not guilty. She said not guilty. And then it's weird. They want to try to figure out what's racist and what's not racist. This is what she's being charged for. Come on, load up site. I can remove that. I can remove that. Alright, forms list. Come on, load up for me. No? Y'all hoeing me? Alright, whatever. Pleads not guilty. There we go. I guess I'll do this one. Kerr. Alright, hold on. Sam Kerr pleads not guilty. Pleads guilty. LOL. There you go. pleads not guilty to racially aggravated harassment, right? Yeah. So racially aggravated harassment. And then I looked into what the fuck this was. Cause I didn't really know what the hell racially aggravated was. Right? Yo, another Brazilian on the ground? Come on, Brazil, get up. Alright. Public Order Act 1986. Okay. Intentional harassment, alarm, distress. A person is guilty of offense if that intent to cause a person harassment, alarm, or distress. He uses threatening, abusive, or insulting words or behavior or disorderly behavior, or displays any writing, signal, or other visible representation which is threatening, abusive, or insulting, thereby causing that or another person harassment, alarm, or distress. So, Sam Kerr used abusive / insulting words. She used abusive, bastard, insulting, bastard words. Because I think she said both. And she called him white. So she added race to that hoe. So that doesn't help her case. But the insulting words are a bastard. Because we don't know if she said stupid white cop, stupid white bastard. We don't know. Because that's what they told us. We really don't know. But the court's going to figure out, they want to say that she used stupid white cop. But the fact that this is in court and they went to court, the fact that they went to court for this is weird. Because this is the first time. And like I said, she probably said it multiple times. That was the thing. She probably said it multiple times. And that's why that's why it's just like, it's harassment at this time. Like if you're calling someone you stupid cop, that's harassment at the time. Now she's adding the white. Now you calling him a bastard. You calling him out his name or her name. I'm not too sure if it's a guy or girl. That's what's so crazy about it. I don't know. What if she calling this bitch a bastard? Calling this bitch stupid white cop, stupid bastard. You know what I mean? She harassing this person while he probably giving her a ticket or something like that. But this probably could have been prevented. And here's the thing. Who is this Greg Foster guy? Now they're trying to... I don't even know. Who is this Greg Foster guy, huh? Who is that guy? Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Let's talk about what we're doing to white people. There's been something going on for a while now that we're being told not to notice. More to the point, that we're asking white people not only to ignore, but to accept. The rising tide of racial hatred against white people. In the past decade, there has been a noticeable cultural shift in what constitutes acceptable speech as it relates to white people. Back when I was a kid, in the early 2000s, the mainstream American culture preached about respecting each other's differences and not seeing color. Nowadays, we say that not seeing color is racism, that you must see color. But the more I see how things are unfolding, the more I'm convinced that this is wrong. Back then, saying something offhanded about white people were seen as not appropriate, just as it would be to say something offhanded about people of any other race. But that soon gave way to our current times, in which there exists virtually no limit to what racial minorities can and do say about white people. I believe this is the natural outgrowth of a perverse ideology that teaches us that everything every societal ill is the fault of white people, and that whatever prejudice acts we may inflict upon them does not constitute discrimination because we don't have the power to discriminate. And alarmingly, this is particularly pronounced in the younger generation. But is it true? Do we not have the power to discriminate? Well, let's see. First, let's take a look at the racial hatred at the interpersonal level. In today's society, it has become somewhat fashionable to think things and say things about and to white people that would not be acceptable if it was said about any other race. And we're being taught that this double standard is not wrong, that it is rather a form of empowerment. They'll attribute negative experiences that they've had with white people to their whiteness. You had an argument in line at the grocery store with a white person? They were acting entitled because they were white. A white driver cut you off when you were driving? They need to check their white privilege. Your actions, your conduct, and your existence, in other words, boil down to your whiteness. And ashamedly, at one point in time, this was how I used to
what's
think
going
as
on,
well.
Haram?
And beyond the people in my circle,
We got a corner.
that many people of color have this
Oh,
sort of blasé attitude. An attitude most particularly pronounced when there are no other white people around. Things are being said not just behind closed doors, but out in the open. Not just between close friends, but
where is this at?
Let's talk about what we're doing to white people. There's been something going on for a while now.
Oh,
that we're
I know what's
being
going on.
told as more to the point, that we're asking white people not only to
What you
ignore,
doing?
but to accept the rising tide of racial hatred against white people.
Alright, we already done
Last
this.
decade, there's been
But shout out to this guy.
cultural shift in what constitutes
Alright, look,
acceptable
hold on.
speech as it relates to white people. Back when I was a kid, in the early 2000s, the mainstream American culture preached about respecting each other's differences.
White bastard is the phrase that is reportedly
Wait,
put
say
the
the one?
career of
Say it again?
stupid white bastard is the phrase that has reportedly put the career
Wait, one more time?
stupid white bastard is the
Stupid white bastard.
phrase that has reportedly put the career of Sam Kerr, our biggest female sporting star,
They're in
jeopardy.
Australia.
Let's go straight to Europe. Correspondent Edward Godfrey with the developments. Edward, what more do we know?
Well, it's been 2 days now since this story broke, since Sam Kerr went to court, and more details are emerging about what allegedly happened. Now, as you say, 2 British tabloids are reporting the 30-year-old allegedly called the constable in question a stupid white bastard. It's alleged to have happened at Twickenham in southwest London during a night out in January last year, sparked by a dispute over a taxi fare. These reports also claim that Kerr threw up in the taxi. A little earlier here at at Chelsea FC, they broke their silence on the matter for the first time.
Sam has our full support. She knows that. Yes, it's a difficult time for her. Of course, I can't comment it. You already know that. What I can say is that I know she's pleaded not guilty, and that I don't want to do anything to jeopardise anything for Sam by speaking about it.
Aha.
So Kerr has pleaded.
So Emma Hayes responded. Talk about she don't want to put Sam's future in jeopardy. So it's like, it made me wonder why this is why Sam Kerr got hurt. So Sam Kerr got hurt right before she's going to plead non-guilty for the case. And not right before, but I mean, she is injured, you know? And like, they didn't want her to be distracted for like Champions League. She would have been on the pitch. Players, but since she's off the scenes right now, it's a perfect time for them to roll out, oh, Sam might be a racist. But like I said, it's just one incident. And if there was like multiple incidents of Sam, like us figuring like, oh yeah, Sam's racist to all white people, it would have been different if there's like multiple incidences. Like, unfortunately, with her teammate, James, like there's multiple incidents where she's doing a little bit too much to the defenders, you know, stepping on them, you know, that type of stuff. Like, but this is the first incident that we've gotten actually from Kerr. So I mean, does one stupid white cop make you a racist? In that statement, yes, but like, is this really gonna catch Sam a case? Is this really gonna get her behind bars? Like, this is the point where it's like, nigga, this is where it kind of draws the line. I'm like, okay, can you really go to jail for this though? For calling someone a stupid white bastard? Can you really go to jail for that? Like, really? Now, I don't think she should go to jail for that. Maybe she needs some like to take some courses on, you know how funny when they tell white people to take courses on how to be proper with other races. Sam's gonna have to take some courses on how to not be improper with white people. And all over, it's funny, you know, she was probably mad. She was probably mad when she got her ticket, right? Her fare. And she didn't went to the first thing. She went to the first thing she could think of. Wow, let me just call this nigga a stupid white bastard. LOL, Sam. Now you in court. It's 0-0 right now at the final. I mean, it's finna be halftime here. USA have struggled. Like, big time, big time. Okay, where's this one? Which one this one? There's another... Okay, let's finish the video because it's like a 9-minute one.
Not guilty. Her lawyers will be trying to get this charge either thrown out or downgraded at a hearing which has been added next month. If that is unsuccessful, it will proceed to trial. That won't be until February next year. And if...
Hold on. Let me put a poll. Hey, it's a goal for USA. Haran. USA back on top. Let's see how this happened. Okay, a corner kick. This is Emily Fox. Far post. Yeah, looks clean to me. It looks pretty easy too. Yeah, good finish from Haran. Good finish. Her third of the tournament. Not more than Jackie though, right? Not more than Jackie. Well, shout out to the great Haran. That's what captains do. They score goals.
Sam Kerr is convicted. The maximum penalty for this charge is 2 years jail.
2 years, Sam Kerr? Damn, for calling him a stupid white bastard, you can catch a case for 2 years. 2 years off of that? I don't know, people. I feel like that's honestly ridiculous. I mean, 2 years? Hey, yo, Brazil, how y'all let America get that goal right before halftime? And it was with the great Haran.
Thank you, Edward.
Now, on new details emerging about Sam Kerr's racial harassment charge. The Sun newspaper reporting the Matildas captain allegedly...
Why is this shit all bleared up?
He called a British police officer a stupid white bastard during a taxi fare dispute last year. Joining us for more is media and sports lawyer Simon Goldberg in London. Simon, good morning to you. Nice to see you. Does she need to say sorry for yakking in the back of a cab? Yes. For calling a cop a stupid white bastard? Yes. But how?
Yes. Period. Just apologize. It's gonna help. But that means you admitting guilt. And that's okay, Sam. Shit happens. She gonna have to apologize. She needs to apologize. Because what happens if she don't apologize to this man? What about all her white fans? Like, Sam, you're just gonna say, you know what I mean? All right, it's halftime, y'all. USA up 1-0 in the Gold Cup final, like that nigga said. Yeah, they gotta. You gotta. He already said it. You gotta apologize, Sam. Just apologize, and then you probably be able. You probably won't have to go to court no more. After that, they like, okay, Sam apologized. And now you're good, Sam. That's all we needed you to do. You apologize. Now you're on your way, Sam Kerr. Have a speedy recovery.
How is any of that?
And I love how bastard is bleeped out. Since when is so bastard is a really bad word? Like bastard's a really bad word apparently. Because I remember, in the older TV shows they talk about like, oh, you're the illegitimate child, so you're a bastard. But I didn't know it was a word where you had to bleep it out on the news. You gotta bleep the bastard word out on the news? That's very interesting.
Worth a trial.
It's a good question. I'm not going to be able to talk too much about the trial because obviously one doesn't want to prejudice what's going to happen. Has this been blown out of all proportion? Potentially.
Yes, it has. Because I didn't know you can go to jail for calling someone a stupid white bastard. Because you know how many people get called that on a day? Just because people are mad at them? But since it's Sam Kerr, they're going to use it as a way to remix people's minds on what's racist and not against white people. Now that's not cool. We don't like narratives like that. We don't like that y'all trying to do this. I know I don't. That's not cool. Can't do that. And I'm not going to defend Sam Kerr. She needs to apologize. She needs to defend herself and apologize and do what's right. That's simple, Sam. You fucked up. Allegedly called him that stupid white bastard. You fucked up. You were in a heated moment. And apparently they say she was throwing up. It don't matter if you were, I would say she had enough to say stupid white bastard. You can now, since you didn't pass out and nothing like that, now that you're healthy or sort of healthy, you have to apologize. And I think everyone would be okay with that, right? I mean, unless there's more to it.
Sam Kerr known in the UK, very much so. And she is probably one of the few household names outside the England women's football team. So she's big news. That's all I will say.
Okay, but is this something that police generally would do on any given Sunday?
Yeah, it is. The police take very seriously.
It is, though? It is? Police are like, man, this nigga... They're, you know how many police people arrest? And we'll actually have... See, we need body cam footage. The fact that we don't have it... It sucks that we don't have, like... I don't even know if the cop was wearing a body cam. That would have been so nice if we got that exclusive. You know? We need that exclusive body cam video of what went down. Now, it's just... In a way, it's he say, she say. Cops don't lie. You know what I'm saying? But, like I said, I think she did say it. Stupid white cop, stupid white bastard. So she did say it. And for some reason, they have proof that she said it somehow. Because it's in court, which is wild. But I don't think this needs to be a court case. But this is what they're doing nowadays.
Their officers being verbally abused or in any way...
And, like, cops are always verbally abused, especially when people are mad and they feel like they are innocent. They didn't do nothing wrong. They get called so many things. And this guy, he said he's not even a cop. Let's go back to see who this guy is again. He said he's a lawyer, I think. Who is this dude again? Because you got to be careful about the people they bring on the TV screen.
Fair dispute last year. Joining us for more is media and sports lawyer Simon Goldberg.
Okay, media and sports lawyer, but he's not a police officer.
In London. Simon, good morning to you. Nice to see you. Does she need to say sorry for yakking in the back of a cab? Yes. For calling a cop a stupid...
And you know how embarrassing it is already if you're the cop that made the complaint. You're like, yeah, this girl called me a stupid white bastard. And ain't no telling what type of energy he's getting from the police force. they're probably like, yeah, hopefully they're supporting him because they're a team, but they could be dogging him out or her. I'd be like, you really let that get to you, stuff like that. Then they'll turn the card on him, and he's the victim. He's the victim in this situation. He got called out his name. I hope he didn't call Sam Kerr. I hope she didn't call Sam Kerr out her name. Because apparently we don't know that. She ain't said nothing. She ain't said he called me this, she called me that. We just know what she told him. Or her. See, this is another thing. Does it matter if it's a guy or a girl?
Stupid white bastard, yes. But how is any of that worth a trial?
It's a good question. I'm not going to be able to talk too much about the trial because obviously one doesn't want to prejudice what's going to happen. Has this been blown out of all proportion? Potentially. Is Sam Kerr known in the UK? Very much so. And she is probably one of the few household names outside the England women's football team. So she's big news. That's all I will say.
Okay, but is this something that police generally would do on any given Sunday?
Yeah, it is. The police take very seriously their officers being verbally abused or
I don't believe that, but whatever.
In any way criticised or attacked. So it's typical. We see a lot of it, and there's definitely past precedent for it, such as the case of Cheryl Cole. And the fact they're taking it very, very seriously here is proved by the racial aggravated addition, which means it's going to be a case that's tried in the Crown Court as opposed to the Magistrates Court. So they're taking it very...
It took them a while to work out just what to charge her with. I mean, it seemed like it was all over the shop. But that is interesting that they have, and there is a precedent for this. So what has happened in those cases?
So different cases, different outcomes. So I'll give you I'll give you a football one. So John Terry, former England captain and Chelsea player, he was accused of saying something to a fellow footballer during a game, and he was actually acquitted. But interestingly, different burden of...
Funny, Chelsea is the common denominator right now. So I tell you, there's certain football teams that have certain scripts. So Chelsea is a 201. Chelsea's a 201 club, right? Chelsea. John Terry is a like I said, it's all because she plays for Chelsea. If she played for another team, but it's all ritualistic. Because why do you have another story you can go back to that's the same team, just on the men's side? Why do they could have told us another story. They could have told us another story. With a different club. And it wouldn't have been as coincidental. But something's going on with Chelsea. Chelsea as a football club in total.
True, different standard. His club actually fined him and suspended him for 4 games. So that happened there. Then another case, a woman called Cheryl Cole, who's well known here as a celebrity, used to be married to the footballer Ashley Cole. She
doesn't really ring a bell, but I think he's the English fullback or something like that.
Assaulted someone, was led to assaulted someone, and there was a racially aggravated charge there, and she did get convicted of the assault, but was let off the racial aggravation. So there is so much past precedent about this. And the really interesting thing here, we think, is what's going to happen to Sam Kerr's contracts with Chelsea, with her sponsors and the like.
Well, I'm interested too.
Yeah, so if Sam Kerr gets more money out of this, it was totally a play. If she loses money, she getting the currency right now because people are talking about the story. But like endorsements, do people blackball Sam Kerr now? Do you want Sam Kerr on your football club now? Nah, you got to stay away from here. Don't be coming to Houston. And you stay over there at Chelsea. Nah, we don't want you here. Because majority of the football players are in England are white. And so now, Sam, when you walk into a locker room with most of your teammates that are white, people are going to know, man, she could be low-key racist. Like, aren't you in relations with a white woman right now? You can't be calling people this. You in relationship with a white people. You in relationship with a white girl. How are you going? And that's funny too. You know, it's kind of like, well, I have black friends. And you can't be racist. I have black friends. Well, I have a white woman. Well, how can I be racist? That's hilarious, right? That's hilarious.
Load up. What happens?
Okay. All right. Well, the way it will work, typically, we obviously haven't had sight of either contract, but typically it's going to go something like this. In her football contract with Chelsea FC, there'll probably be a clause saying that she can be sacked for gross misconduct if she's committed a criminal offence. So she's innocent until she's proved guilty. So that means that they're not going to sack her. What they might be able to do is invoke some clause about bringing the club into disrepute and so on, but it's unlikely. She's long-term injured. So as far as Chelsea Football Club is concerned, my guess is that nothing's going to happen. There may be some PR about.
Yeah, nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen. It was planned perfectly. She got hurt. Kind of out the blue, because really, when have we actually seen Sam Kerr actually get hurt? It's like it never happens. And now all of a sudden she's hurt and she got a whole court case coming up. So we'll continue to follow the story, but
about it, nothing's gonna happen. With the sponsor,
I don't think anything's gonna happen. I think she's just gonna get a slap on the wrist. But what's gonna happen is behind the scenes, which we don't see, people's opinion, aka her teammates, aka the footballers that she gets to interact with, they're gonna be the ones that show us how they really feel about it. And it doesn't matter. Like, I feel like, well, if the court dismisses it, it doesn't dismiss the fact that she said this.
It's slightly different.
And then if she gets convicted guilty, it doesn't mean she's all about racist. You know, it's a double-edged sword. So it's like, I don't. But then again, they say, you know, believe people the first time when they show you, like, you know, believe people. I get what they say. Believe people the first time when they show you who they are. Well, there's some word, some mind trickery words that they say.
Nike, she's got a contract with them, are known to take this type of thing, and especially where there's a race element, incredibly seriously. So
I think it's because it's a white race. They ain't gonna trip. If it was black people, she probably would have got blackballed. But since she's white, I don't think they're gonna make this a big deal. And I'm sorry, white people, that's messed up.
what they could do is they could actually suspend her contract. So there'll be a morals clause in her contract, typically, which will say if you're going to bring a sponsor into disrepute, and obviously, again, because of the race element, they may take the view that she has, and that means worst case they could terminate, but it's possible that they could suspend. So that would be very, very costly for Sam Kerr.
100%. If you're her lawyer now, how do you play things out?
So I do exactly what her criminal defence lawyers are doing, which was reported on your news a few minutes before I came on, which is they're apparently going to try to strike out the claim for abuse of process. That's a very high bar to do that. The Crown Prosecution Service have decided already that there's a case to answer, and there's a trial, as you mentioned, next February, a year's time. A heck of a long time for that to be hanging over someone's head. But they'll try and strike it out.
Yeah, that is weird. Like, why don't y'all just, like, but they said she has a court date, like, in these upcoming months. Like, so they could just get dismissed pretty quickly. But to have the trial set for, like, next year, it's weird. It's like, I guess, it's like, are they that busy? Like, making convictions? In England? It is kind of weird. And the fact that this happened in 2023, we're in 2024, and it's going to be in 2025, damn, Sam, like, what did you do? Or is this like this another ritual that you have to go through? You're going through the next stages of initiation with the shadow government? Is this your next initiation stage? Now you're getting slaughtered through the media?
And take it from there. So if they strike it out, fine, that's
and being labeled a racist.
the end of it. If they don't, then it depends on her PR people. She'll be going to court next February. She'll be fighting. And in the meantime, if she's got good PR people around her, they'll probably try to make light of this. And especially because she's long-term injured, she's not going to be at the front of the public profile.
Right. Her injury came in perfect. Now, nobody worried about Chelsea. Nobody worried about Chelsea like that. No, see, I told you. Her injury was weird. And then Mia Official got injured for Alex Morgan. It's weird too. Emma Hayes going to USA. Weird too. It's all Chelsea. All goes down back to Chelsea. Chelsea, y'all, we know that y'all are a team that has the numbers encoded within y'all's team to have these weird stuff happen to these players. And we see that y'all using them for some weird reason. We don't believe it. I'm not buying anything though. It's just a distraction. I didn't know someone could go to jail for 2 years for calling someone a stupid white bastard. I didn't know someone could go to jail for that. And the fact that y'all going to court to see if she can go to jail for that, it's quite ridiculous. It's a waste of tax people's money if y'all even pay taxes over there.
And we'll see how matters pan out from there.
Simon, really interesting to talk to you. You're one of those happy lawyers who delivers news with a smile on their face as they give you the bill.
Thank you. This one is off the clock and free of charge. Always happy to help Channel 9.
Oh, you're a good man. Thank you so much. And I could always use a good lawyer.
Why could you always use a good lawyer? What are you doing? What is he doing that he could always use Anita? Why does he always need a good lawyer? See, what? He's telling on himself.
Thank you, man.
$500 an hour for you, half price.
Okay, done.
Oh, bargain. Nice work, Simon. Gee, really good insight there as well.
Well, first up this morning, we are learning more about the alleged incident that has seen Matilda star Sam Kerr charged with racially aggravated harassment.
Let's go straight to Europe correspondent Edward Godfrey with the developments. Edward, the alleged racial slur has been revealed.
Yeah, it has, Carl and Sarah. This matter shocked fans everywhere when Sam Kerr fronted a London court on Monday. More details are starting to emerge about what allegedly happened. We know she's been charged with racially harassing a London policeman. Now, 2 UK tabloids are reporting the 30-year-old allegedly called the constable in question a stupid white bastard.
A stupid white bastard. You stupid white bastard. Is this the same one? I guess it's the same one. All right, check this out. I found this other video, right?
From the newsrooms of the Sydney Morning Herald and The Age, this is the Morning Edition. I'm Samantha Selinger Morris. It's Monday, March 11th. She's probably the most famous female athlete in Australia, a beloved and extremely bankable role model who helped unite Australia in an upswell of pride last year when she led the Matildas into the World Cup semi-finals.
And the title of this video is called Sam Kerr. This is the Sydney Morning Sam Kerr saga. Is it racist to call someone white if you call them it multiple times, and you're trying to use it against them, like they're only doing it because they're white? Stupid white bastard. You give me a ticket, stupid white bastard. Well, you know, stupid white cop. What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? You being a stupid white cop, you stupid white bastard? Damn, I think that seems a little too much whiteness, bro. All right, but anyways, so that's weird. Let's see. All right, look, we got. Oh shit, I forgot to start the clock. My bad. Hold on. Oh, what minute we on? Are we about to hit the 50th minute? shit, come on. Alright. USA about to win? USA's finna win. I'm not surprised. Oh, snap. Alright, let's see.
So a news surfaced last week that Matilda's captain Sam Kerr had been charged with using a racist slur in England. The fallout was swift. There were questions about her future in the sport and her leadership of the Australian team.
Yeah, because it's not a good look. Like, it's kind of similar to, like, you know, how, I mean, not that we know of, Lindsay Horan. It's funny, too, because what kind of, like, maybe, like, didn't Lindsay Horan call the American soccer people dumb? And then now we have Sam Kerr calling cops, being racist to cops. So it was really weird. Now they got these athletes being more, I'm not saying political, but like, and Sam Kerr is kind of irrelevant because she was injured. So it's like, why, you know? Ain't nobody was worth checking for Sam Kerr.
But people also questioned the likelihood of Kerr, who is not only of Indian heritage but is also openly gay.
See, Indian heritage is gay. We don't give a fuck, nigga. You called him a white bastard. Remember, the oppressor can't be oppressed because they have more power. In the realm that you're in, y'all niggas got the power. Alright.
Harassing someone, let alone a white police officer. Today, Europe correspondent Rob Harris on how this story broke, and University of Sydney professor of social work and policy studies, Giorgi Ravulo, on whether it's possible to racially abuse someone for being white.
See? Is it possible to racially abuse someone for being white? Yes. Yes. And we just watched the video. What are we doing to white people? We're saying that we can't be racist to them. We're saying, no, we can't be racist to white people. And yes, you can. And they're having discussions on, can you? This is what this discussion was. Is calling someone white racist? Well, yeah, you're using their color of their skin. And just because they're white they don't get they're not excluded. So they really going off they're really trying to make people think that white people can't be they can't have racist things done to them. And that's fucked up. Because that, like I said, we're no better than them. And we're no better if we turn around and do the same thing that maybe their ancestors did to other people of a different race. We're no better, like he was saying, we're no better than them. And the fact that we have people like Kerr, who is a role model, not my role model, but she's a good baller. I don't look up to any of these girls. I gotta say, I get inspired that they're dedicated to a certain thing. But they're hand-selected, hand-chosen. There's probably 1 billion Sam Kerrs. Maybe better in Australia. We'll never know, because only a couple get to reach her status. And you gotta fit the profile. You see what Sam Kerr, hold on, let's go back. You see what Sam Kerr represents.
Fallout was swift. There were questions about her future in the sport and her leadership of the Australian team. But people also questioned the likelihood of Kerr, who is not only of Indian heritage.
So they questioned the likelihood. Well, is she likely to do this because she's Indian? Or actually, she's actually more likely.
But is also openly gay, harassing someone, let alone a white police officer.
And who you sleep with has nothing to do with if you can be racist or not.
Today, Europe correspondent Rob Harris on how this story broke, and University of Sydney professor of social work and policy studies, Giorgi Ravulo, on whether it's possible to racially abuse someone for being white. So, Rob, can you please step us through how did this story break in the first instance?
Well, around about 6 o'clock last Monday afternoon here in London, the Daily Mail posted a story online saying that Sam Kerr had faced court where she'd been charged with using insulting or threatening or abusive words in a racially aggravated manner towards a police officer. Not a lot was known. We know she'd entered a not guilty plea, and it was a briefest of brief hearings. No journalists were there apart from one, and bit by bit, information started to drip out.
Breaking news on Matilda's captain, Sam Kerr.
This is big news. It's only just breaking over here in the last 30 minutes or so here in London.
Later, the Metropolitan Police issued a statement saying that they'd been called to an incident in January 30 last year, and it involved a police officer attending a dispute over a taxi fare. Now, fast forward a couple of days, Sam Kerr hasn't said anything, her lawyers haven't said anything. Football Australia was caught by surprise.
We woke up to this morning. I was getting on the flight to Adelaide when I found out. So we've got to establish the facts. We've got to get some answers before we...
And then The Sun, the tabloid owned by Rupert Murdoch in London, with very good police sources, it should be said, runs a story.
A British tabloid has revealed the alleged racist slur the soccer star is said to have hurled at a police officer.
Well, it's not the sort of language we'd typically use on breakfast TV, Nat. Stupid white bastard.
A stupid white bastard.
If someone called you a stupid white, would you think that was racist?
No, I've been called a lot worse than that.
Now,
so what's more racist than be getting called stupid white bastard? Like, am I supposed to call you a cracker? That's the only racist thing I know about white people. Like that, I don't know any race terms to white people, to be honest. Then again, I'm not walking around thinking like, I'm not walking around thinking like that. But if she called a black person stupid black bastard, they would say she's racist. If she called a Mexican person, I have to use black because it's just easier. It's just easier. If she said stupid white cop, stupid black cop, they call her a racist. And just because it says black, and just because it says white, now they have a problem. It's still the same thing. And they're going to try to defend Sam and say no. What's going on? Alex Morgan, get off the field, Alex.
I can also say that the Daily Mail has a little variation on that. They say she allegedly called the policeman a stupid white PC, but I think we can agree that stupid and white were both used according to these sources, and things have slowly but surely seeped out since then.
And so, can you break it down for us? Why is this story significant? Because I think it's safe to say this story has absolutely blown up, both here and overseas.
Well, I guess you had to be living under a rock in Australia last year if you weren't across the Matildas. Obviously, their effort at the World Cup was phenomenal. They reached the semi-finals. It really captured a nation and broke.
Okay.
All sorts of sports viewing audiences. And Sam Kerr is the captain of the Matildas. She's arguably the most famous female footballer in the world. She is the first Australian to earn more than $1 million a year playing professional football. She earned about $3.3 million last year, which includes a contract with Chelsea, who are the powerhouse of the English women's football. But it also includes a huge contract with Nike, where she is the face of women's football with Nike, EA Sports, MasterCard, Uber. She is one of the most bankable women in football around the world. And she's also a very, very, very good player. So that's why I think this has shocked people. And also, I guess, we must remember that in English football in particular, there's been a lot of sensitivities around race and race relations for the past few years. That's stemming back to the protests during COVID over Black Lives Matters, which obviously stemmed from the US movement. It led to a lot of anti-racism campaigns in football, both men's and women's football. Sam Kerr's been a very significant and central figure in that, including being part of a sort of an anti-racism campaign.
And can you walk us through the timeline a bit? Because I think it's got a lot of us confused, because we understand that the incident occurred in January of 2023, but the charges have only been issued recently. So can you tell us about this delay?
Yeah, that's right. It was January 30, the day before Sam Kerr played in an FA Cup match for Chelsea. She scored 3 goals and they beat Liverpool. It was a huge game.
Fleming going to harry her out of possession. It's fallen to Fran Kirby. And here's Sam Kerr. Sam Kerr has a hat-trick.
She was in the headlines about this star player scoring a hat-trick, and clearly they've enjoyed the win. It sounds like, we don't know, but it sounds like they were out celebrating. What we do know, obviously, from the reports today in the paper is that she may or may not, they've alleged that she was sick in a taxi, and
she was drunk. You know, they say drunk people, when you're drunk, it reveals your true colors. Ooh, she was wasted.
And that led to
feeling good. Just got what they won. They won.
Some sort of dispute, which also included the fare, and then police were called. Now, that was January 30 last year. We now know that she was charged via different legal terms over here, but basically via the post this year. So nearly 12 months to the day, just under, where it's happened. Now, why that has taken so long is anyone's guess. What I can tell you is that, and you probably have to be in Britain to understand, is that British courts, the British legal system, the police are completely overworked, and the courts are full of log jams. Perhaps that may be an element, but Sam Kerr's team, we do know, are going to argue that this 12-month delay was an abusive process, and that they claim there was deliberation going on within Crown prosecutors over what to charge her with, and that will form part of their legal case in April, when they will try and get this case thrown out.
And there's some questions, I think, about transparency here, about this all coming out, because there's been some suggestions that Kerr didn't tell Matilda's coach, Tony Gustafsson, and Football Australia until recently. So what's going on with all this?
Well, it's a very good question. She was charged the 21st of January, so, 5 or 6 weeks ago. The Matildas and Football Australia say they didn't know until it broke. Now, it must be said, the media didn't know. I'm told that the Daily Mail journalist who ended up in court stumbled across it, didn't get a tip-off, was actually there for another case, and we're not sure if Chelsea knew it all. We've no information that they do, although there's speculation that potentially some people may have known, but we're not sure about that. Chelsea was not saying anything. They were basically declining to comment until their coach faced the media. She basically said they're giving Sam their 100% support.
She has our full support and she knows that, and there's difficult moments, there's tough times, and I just want to be clear that Sam will be fully supported by me.
Yeah, so Chelsea are backing their girl. And no, Sam's not a racist. No, never. An alleged one.
He and everybody else at Chelsea.
She's out injured.
She would never say that to a cop.
At the moment, she's not playing. She had a knee injury earlier this year in a training camp. She won't go to the Olympics. She's not playing for her club side at all. So I guess it's made it easier. It's made the blow easier. That's why I feel like she said it. That's why I feel like she said it, because they've already prepped for this come out. They're like, we got to tell the media, we got to tell the masses that this is happening, this is going to court. But before that, we're going to make sure she's not playing, so people won't even be looking at her when they watch Chelsea. Because to have a player like Sam Kerr playing right now when Chelsea's going to the semifinals, Chelsea's about to go to the Olympics, Chelsea's going to Champions League, to have a spotlight on Sam like with Chelsea and these alleged allegations, it's not a good look for Chelsea Football Club. So they have to make sure they sit her aside. And so while they handle all this, Chelsea can be Chelsea, Sam Kerr can be Sam Kerr, and then by next year when if it even gets there, it won't really matter. But distracting is, you can't. We need to stop using race in our. If you're gonna insult somebody, stop using their color of it.
But that's the only thing that we've been indoctrinated and programmed. To insult somebody, we must insult their color. And that's how we've been programmed. And that's not right. And that's racist. You can't use people's color. They can't help that they white. Can't help that you're black. And we're not even, like I said, we're not even these nationalities. That's a lie. And then they're going to get the people to divide. A lot of people are going to be, oh, with Sam, against Sam. But forget that the core principle is, if we're mad at someone, we need to stop using the color of their skin in our argument. And use something else. Be more creative than using somebody. Be more creative instead of using somebody's color of their skin to bring them down.
Decision.
And so, like I said, they kneel for every match. They kneel for black people in England, but there hardly be any black people on the pitch. So now we're gonna have to start kneeling for white folks. Real talk.
A little bit easier for them, but I think that's going to be a big question mark over the coming weeks as to why she felt she shouldn't have to inform these people. On face value, the charge is quite serious, which I guess has led to a lot of questions as to whether the captain...
But should she go to jail for it? No, that's wild.
The Matildas, who is expected to abide by a lot of...
She ain't hurt nobody. She physically didn't hurt nobody. Well, she shouldn't go to jail for this. Let's do some community service or something like that and take some AA classes.
Social contracts in the way she behaves and whatnot. The fact that they did not know about this and that they learnt first about it in the newspapers has led to a lot of questions, I guess, over her openness and perhaps lead to some questions about her leadership qualities.
And Rob, can you tell us a bit more about what has she actually been charged with and what law has she been charged under?
Well, she has been charged with intent to cause PC Lovell, who is the policeman at the centre of this, harassment, alarm or distress using threatening or abusive or insulting words or disorderly behaviour, thereby causing that another person harassment, alarm, distress, and that the offence was racially aggravated within terms of Section 28 of the Crime and Disorder Act. So basically...
Oh, I didn't even see. So we know that the officer was a gentleman. Shout out to you, Oskin. Yeah. So we know it was a male officer that she called a stupid white bastard multiple times. Because, like I said, if I'm in the back of the cop car and first of all, they're drunk. Right? They just won. I'm thinking that she's drunk, but it doesn't say that she's drunk. But they're partying. They just won. They get a cab because they can't drive home, or it's just normal to get a cab after you go out because you might have had a couple drinks. Maybe she wasn't drunk. Maybe she was sober. It doesn't matter. She got a cab. Police called because something happened. Like, see, here's the thing, Sam. What happened to the fact that you had to get the police called on you? Or did you call the police? Like, what happened? Like, that's another thing. It's like, okay, before the police got there, what did you, or who were you around? Why were the police called in the first place? We're missing that story. We're missing that story. Why were the police called in the first place?
Britain, you have a crime, and then if that crime has a racially aggravated element to it, it's actually can often attract harsher penalties, and it's dubbed what they call over here, obviously, a hate crime. So it's doubly serious in that sense. Damn. It does attract a 2-year prison sentence if found guilty. I believe a prison sentence in this case is usually reserved for repeat offenders, but there's also an uncapped fine attached to it as well. So worst case scenario, she could be...
Are they going to pull a Brittany Griner on Sam Kerr, put her in jail? But Brittany Griner had ganja, right? She had marijuana.
Facing a custodial sentence, but more likely, if found guilty, it would be a fine.
And tell us, what do we know about how Sam Kerr plans to fight this case?
Well, from what the judge said on Monday, according to the Daily Mail, she would argue that there was no racial element and no intent to insult or harass. That is what happens if they'll go to a trial. Their first intention is to have this case thrown out because they believe there's been an abusive process because of obviously the time it's taken. They believe a lot of that time was spent deliberating by Crown prosecutors as to what to charge her with.
Thank you so much, Rob, for your time.
Thanks so much.
After the break, University of Sydney professor Chiorchi Ravulo on whether it's possible to racially abuse someone for being white.
What? What kind of question is that? Whether it's possible to racially abuse someone because they're white? What? You're gonna ask somebody that question? Let's just rehear that phrase.
Because of obviously the time it's taken, they believe a lot of that time was spent deliberating by Crown prosecutors as to what to charge her with.
Thank you so much, Rob, for your time.
Thanks so much.
After the break, University of Sydney professor Chiorchi Ravulo on whether it's possible to racially abuse someone for being white.
Whether it's possible to racially abuse someone because they are white. Damn. I'm so sorry, white people. This is fucked up.
So, Chiorchi, thank you for joining us on the morning edition. Can you tell me a bit about your own background?
So, Nissan Bulavanaka and G'day. My name is Chiorchi Ravulo. My father is Itoke Fijian, so Indigenous Fijian, and my mother is white Australian. So I have a biracial identity. So I've grown up in Australia and I've navigated both sides of my identity, but I'm also a person of colour. I'm also part of the queer community. And so a lot of my work now reflects on this idea of what creates inclusive societies, but more so why are people marginalised? Why are people oppressed in society? Because I know from my own lived experience, I've had that.
Control. It's all control.
When I was 15, I was told not to come back to a job at a local cinema after my first shift because the owner walked in and said to the manager at the time that I wasn't the right image for that cinema. And so I bear that chip on my shoulder. You know, many years later, I still think that I have to prove myself beyond my capabilities.
There's your starting point, bro. You don't gotta prove nothing to nobody. But I understand.
I even still get this idea that people think that I'm a diversity hire. I'm professor and chair of social work and policy studies at the University of Sydney. But people think because of my appearance, my name, my background, but I've got like near 90 publications and counting, millions of dollars in research grants. But because again of my appearance and the way in which I look and my name, people just think that that's just you because of you're a diversity hire. So yes, I'm still constantly challenged on a regular basis with my own areas of diversity and how that may play out.
So, Chiorchi, let's get straight
let's get
to
to
it.
this discussion,
Is
yes.
it racist to abuse someone for being white? What's your opinion here?
Is it racist to abuse someone because they are white? I gotta write that out. Is it racist to abuse someone because they are white? What kind of logic is that? Hold on, let me just make sure she said this right. And then we're going to hear what the guy says. We just need to hear it one more time.
Constantly challenged on a regular basis with my own areas of diversity and how that may play out.
So, Chiorchi, let's get straight to it. Is it racist to abuse someone for being white? What's your opinion here?
Is it racist for abusing someone for being white? Is it racist to abuse someone for being white? What? Okay, I hope he says the right thing.
Such an interesting question. So it's interesting because the notion of racism actually comes from Western theory and Western thinking. So this idea of race actually comes from the way in which we subdivide or categorize different...
So he going into a definition. Can you say yes or no, please? She asked a blank question. Is it racist to abuse someone for being white? Is it racist to abuse someone for being white? And he's about to go, well, racism comes from the Western ideology. Nigga, and?
People based on their race. And what's really, really interesting is that traditionally, white people aren't considered as a race per se, in the sense of...
Now they're trying to say white people are not a race? So now they're trying to get rid of race now. So now y'all trying to get rid of race. So back then, you couldn't get in because of your race. Now, nigga, we raceless now. He's not white. White isn't even a race. What? I mean, we already know that. But now in the court of law, they want to now say white is not a race now. Y'all are killing us here. So it's only working in y'all's favor. This is so weird, y'all. This is their logic. Now they're going to say white is not a race when they've only indoctrinated us with this in schooling for eons.
It's everybody else except for white people. So that's the tricky part of this conversation around whether what we're seeing at the moment is racism or even this idea of reverse racism.
I mean, so is it a thing? Because I think what you're getting at here is that race was initially a construct created, I believe, by white people, and it was used to categorize people. And of course, white people have always structurally been in power. So is the idea that you can't really call someone white, even if you attach it to another word, and that be racist? Is that the idea because of the power imbalance?
That's it. To a certain degree, you're right. That's where people...
See, just saying the same thing that we found out with the other boy, with the other guy. What are we doing to white people? Now y'all want to say white people are not a race? that ideology is going to get the planet fucked up. It's going to get the planet hating each other again. And that's no bueno. That's not good. That doesn't transcend what we've been going through. Like, didn't people already know, like, from the prior years? We have lots of representations of racism. Oh, Lynn Williams has got the goal. Oh, offside flag is up though. Uh-oh. Lynn Williams always getting caught with the flag up. Hold on, let's go back to what she said. Let's see here. Yeah, she's offside. Yeah, she's offside.
Based on their race. That I'm a diversity hire. I'm professor and chair of social work.
Yeah, we know that.
So, Georgie, let's get straight to it. Is it racist to abuse someone for being white? What's your opinion here?
Such an interesting question. So it's interesting because the notion of racism actually comes from Western theory and Western thinking.
But just because it comes from somewhere, everything comes from somewhere, doesn't mean it's still not what that is. Like...
So this idea of race actually comes from the way in which we subdivide or categorize different people based on their race. And what's really, really interesting is that traditionally, white people aren't considered as a race per se in this.
Traditionally, white people are not considered as a race. This is a blatant lie.
Sense of it's everybody else except for white people. So that's the tricky part of this conversation around whether what we're seeing at the moment is racism or even this idea of reverse racism.
I mean, so is it a thing? Because I think what you're getting at here is that Race was initially a construct created, I believe, by white people, and it was used to categorize people. And of course, white people have always structurally been in power. So is the idea that you can't really call someone white even if you attack
because they're in power? They've always structurally been in power.
attach it to another word and that be racist? Is that the idea because of the power imbalance?
That's what they're saying. They're saying that white people can't be racist. Nothing against white people can be considered racist because they have more power. That's practically what they're saying, that we're weak. That you have no power over the white people. So therefore, when you call him a stupid white bastard, you're not racist because he has more power than you because you're a minority. And that goes for everyone down the book. And that's a lie. That's not true. That's not right. That should not be right. That shouldn't be something we stand upon. Especially Sam Kerr, you're a role model. For all the Australian girls, they woke up that morning.
That's it. To a certain degree, you're right. That's where people will claim.
And when you look at this Australian team, hold on. Let me look at this Australian team. The Australian World Cup winners, yeah? I mean, the 2023 World Cup Australia, huh? Soccer. Yo, it's still 1-0. Not Mexico, Images. That's not really a good picture. And didn't Australia beat France? Look at Australia, nigga. Look at Australia. Ain't no Mary Fowler, the lightest girl on the team. This is white on white crime. But technically it's not, because it says that she's half English. So
that because white people traditionally are the ones that have power and privilege in the social systems and structures and services within Western countries, because they hold that power and privilege, people that may call them out for being white are almost speaking truth to power, are almost like creating a flipped understanding of what might be happening, but more so the lived experience that people who are oppressed because of those Western and white systems, structures and services have to experience on a daily basis.
Well, that brings me to my next question, because we do know that Sam Kerr has an Indian background, and she has spoken openly about her own father's struggles for acceptance in Australia as a man of colour. So how does that background play into an incident like this?
So I believe that Sam, through her own lived experience of growing up ethnically different in Australia and seeing her own parents experience that, the actual everyday realities associated with racism. Racism for people that experience it is very, very real. For people, generally again, white people, they will not have had an experience with racism. So they may not see or even feel or emote or even think that those particular areas of reality exist. And that's actually one of the key points here. I think that's why a lot of people in Australia go, nah, racism doesn't exist. And basically what they're saying is, nah, racism doesn't exist because it has never happened to me. Whereas for a lot of people who are ethnically diverse, it happens to them on a regular basis.
And so Sam Kerr is also, in addition to having an Indian background, she's also a member of the LGBT.
Own parents experience that.
Yeah, we don't care who you sleep with. It doesn't matter. That has nothing to do with you. You can be gay and racist too, bitch. Like, people be acting like just because you sleep with the same sex, you can't be racist.
You know, the actual everyday realities associated with racism. Racism, for people that experience it, is very, very real. For people, generally again, white people, they will not have had an experience with racism. So they...
Because y'all want to say that y'all can't get y'all. Because the white people are under the influence that, damn, I can't actually experience racism because they're going to think that I, because I'm in power, I can't experience it. So I bet there's been a lot of white people that have experienced racism. They just don't talk about it. It's probably a lot of them. But they don't talk about it because they're white. That's wrong. That's wrong. Racism is racism, no matter what color you are. Well, we're not colors, but since we're talking about the Matrix, we have to talk about the colors, because this is what they're using to continue to divide the people, because this is the only thing they can use. This is the racist, one of the race and religion are the two most ingrained doctrinations to divide the people that they use. And we're not here for it no more. You can't use race to divide us. It doesn't work anymore. That spell has worn off. We're tired of y'all bringing up race. We're tired. We're tired. It doesn't work anymore. The magic doesn't work. We don't care. We don't care. But we don't want people that are, that are white to feel like they can be called stupid white bastard from non-people that are non-white people and get away with it. Just because she's a high-profile football player. But I tell you, if she said stupid black bastard, stupid black cop, she probably wouldn't even be in jail. She'd probably be walking around free. We don't know if she's racist to black people now.
may not see or even
alleged racist
feel or emote or even think that those particular areas of reality exist. And that's actually one of the key points here. I think that's why a lot of people in Australia go, nah, racism doesn't exist. And basically what they're saying is, nah, racism doesn't exist because it has never happened to me. Whereas for a lot of people who are ethnically diverse, it happens to them on a regular basis.
And so Sam Kerr is also, in addition to having an Indian background, she's also a member of the LGBTQI community, which of course is regularly...
Doesn't look good, Sam. Now you representing the LGBTQ and talking about white people. This doesn't look sense, Sam. You just should have just kept your mouth shut. But you was drunk. I'm thinking she was drunk. She had to be drunk. I just don't think her and her sober mind would have said this.
Exposed to prejudice and at times violence. So does that impact or complicate this situation even further?
So a lot of people from diverse backgrounds will also have other areas of intersecting identities. So for Sam, they may identify as a woman of colour from an LGBTIQA plus community. Now, those three...
You could still be a racist.
Three areas of identity intersect with each other. And
yeah, it's irrelevant.
And this is where, for a lot of people, they may not understand traditionally the oppression that each of those particular areas...
So now you're going to pick all three identities that she chooses and say they've all experienced oppression and make that your stance on why she called him a stupid white cop?
Is experienced, let alone it all coming together. So I think that what we're...
Yo, Brazil finna have this free kick right here, right now. 89 minutes, 90 minutes on stoppage. They got 5 minutes of added time. If they make this goal, the Beanies over it. Yo, Brazil, y'all gonna score this? Y'all going extra time? Or is Alyssa there? I can't believe Jane Campbell didn't get no looks. My girl Jane didn't get no looks. Let's check this out. Hold on. Free kick. Hold on now. Free kick. Ah, Davinia. Ah, she missed it, Davinia. Damn, so close. She was close. All right, back on Sam Kerr head.
Seeing is a reflection of, again, the experience that Sam may have had in her own areas of intersecting identities and how that plays out in her interactions with power. And that's the thing.
We're going to hop into this.
Women, people of colour, queer community members have generally been discriminated against, have been over-policed, have been over-scrutinised, have been excluded, have been marginalised. So people may then respond and react in the context of that.
No, but you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't pick and choose what identity you'd rather use or bring them all together and then filter that and have that reaction be that reaction. You can't do that. You can't do that. No.
And so are you surprised that at the time of recording, 2 high-profile white politicians in New South Wales have come out and said they don't think that being called a stupid white bastard is racist?
Someone called you a stupid white bastard. Would you think that was racist?
No. I've been called a lot worse than that.
Okay, can you give examples? Well, I need examples. It can be simple. Just like calling, it's so simple. Racism's so simple. It gets under, it'll get on you before you know it. You didn't even know. But that guy that she called that stupid white bastard felt that was racist to him, and he's the victim. He felt that was enough to press charges on Sam Kerr, and so, like I said, I think she called him this allegedly multiple times. It wasn't just a one-time thing. It was a multiple-time thing during the whole case scenario. That's what I'm thinking. And that's why he was like, no, nigga, you're not going to call me this multiple times and I'm not going to do something. If she called him at one time, okay. We don't really know. We really don't know. We need body cam footage. We need to know why the police were called in the first place for her to even say stupid white bastard in the first place. Why were the police down there in the first place? We need to know that. There's a lot of things that we don't know. And what if she called him some extra shit after she called him a stupid white bastard?
I'm not surprised, no. And I think...
Yeah, there's so many unanswered questions. Exactly. Like I said, this could have been all prevented. We need to know what caused the police to go out to that taxi cab, that taxi fare. There's too much information that we don't know, and they just want us to believe that Sam Kerr may be a racist. Yo, USA is finna win the Gold Cup in this bitch. Yo, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. America back on top. America's back on top. America back on top. Man, they got a full stadium too. God, America back on top. They said it was 31,151,000 people for USA Brazil. It should have been USA Canada, but whatever. Whatever. Canada got hold. Mexico got hold. I don't want to hear it. Both semifinals were rigged, manipulated, than a mug. We didn't get the 2 semifinals that we deserved. And honestly, the Gold Cup was a bust because America won. America won the Gold Cup was a bust. How is America going to win the first ever inaugural Gold Cup on home soil? It's a bust. Canada should have had a better opportunity if they had played on grass. I mean, on a non-wet surface. We'll never know what would have happened with the real Canada-American game. That's why both semifinals they cheated for both teams. They didn't let it be equal. The field was unequalized both. Okay, the field was for I guess just in general. The semifinal for USA and Mexico, USA and Canada should have never happened. They could have waited till early tomorrow morning or early. What was it? What was the day? Today's the 10th, right? They played on what? They played on Wednesday. They could have played it on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's still good 3 days. And it's not like they haven't been playing 2 days or 3 days after in this Gold Cup. So there technically was nothing wrong with that. And another thing, would the weather have been that way if they kept the time slots the same? Mexico to play at 9, USA to play at 6. I mean, so. Oh, she should have passed it. I don't know what she was thinking. All right. USA have touched gold. USA have touched gold. The Gold Cup final. I thought the match was over. Hurry up, referee, blow for full time. Come on now. You know the match is over. The air's taking a sweet ass time. Man. Oh, USA. US. Oh, Lord have mercy, USA. I mean, I guess. Who scored again? Who scored? Germa? Fox? Oh, it was the Great Haran. It was the Great Haran. Okay. Let me see something. Where's the Brazil? Here it is. She scored in the 41st minute, Haran. Mm-hmm. The Great Haran. Yeah, it's kind of lame. It's only one goal. Anyways, you said hard to form an opinion, but something is not adding up. Yeah, it is, right? It's
partly
just
what they're doing is also showing a level of
we're lacking in
allyship
evidence. We're lacking in evidence that she actually said it. You know what I mean? We don't even know. It's he say, she say. Where is there actual evidence that she said it? You know what I'm saying? Because all this shit could just be fabricated. This could just be a story that they're just because especially if we're not there. We just know that there's a court. we think that people don't lie in court. We think that people don't fabricate cases and go this far. But people do crazy things, right? But I'm thinking, who knows? Who called the taxi person could have the person that was driving the taxi could have called the cops. So then, like I said, this could be a real story, right? This could be a real story. But what are the details on why the taxi? I've seen
oppressed community groups. Yeah. I think that such a reflection and acknowledgement is a positive one, where I think the people are actually acknowledging their own power and privilege. I think that's a good thing, and I think that will actually help create more of a nuanced conversation about these things.
So do you think it's possible that, even though I imagine this is a very distressing situation for Sam Kerr, do you think this might sort of even move the conversation forward, I guess, a little bit within Australia?
I would love that. In Australia, we still have problems with the term white or white people. We saw that even recently with Barnaby Joyce, who said that when he was, needing help from being drunk on the Canberra streets, that an Indian taxi driver helped him.
For me, the Good Samaritan was the Indian taxi driver who pulled over as I was walking home and said, "Do you need a lift, mate?" Which I obviously did.
Why did he have to name that person being Indian? If they were a white taxi driver, would he?
Same thing with Sam Kerr. Why did you have to label that guy as a white if he was just a taxi driver? You see how? Let's do this to one more time.
It's a good thing, and I think that will actually help create.
So is Australia racist? Are you trying to say there's racism problems in Australia? Are they trying to say that there's a lot of discriminatory stuff going on in Australia? I would have never known.
More of a nuanced conversation about these things.
So do you think it's possible that, even though I imagine this is a very distressing situation for Sam Kerr, do you think this...
What about the victim? What about the person that called stupid white bastard? What about the victim? I love how we're just, we're only worried about Sam Kerr. What about the victim?
Might sort of even move the conversation forward, I guess, a little bit within Australia.
I would love that. In Australia, we still have problems with the term white or white.
So they still have problems with the term white. And then we have an Australian player calling someone white. So what?
People. We saw that even recently with Barnaby Joyce, who said that when he was, needing help from being drunk on the Canberra streets, that an Indian taxi driver helped him.
For me, the Good Samaritan was the Indian taxi driver who pulled over as I was walking home and said, "Do you need a lift, mate?" Which I obviously did.
Why did he have to name that person being Indian? If they were a white taxi driver, would he have said they were a white taxi driver? No, because in Australia, we don't like using the term white or white.
Well, Sam Kerr didn't have no problem using the term white at all. So you make it make sense. She had no problem. And here's the thing, it's in two different spheres. He's using the example in a positive aspect. An Indian taxi driver helped a guy, but we're talking about Sam Kerr calling a cop stupid white bastard because she's in trouble. One was one is a genuine, I feel like, well, he's an Indian taxi driver. Maybe that was the best way. So is it racist to say, hey, you can't call him Indian? That Indian driver over there, he helped me get home. It's in two different frequencies of vibration, because one is I'm helping you out, one is I'm tearing you down. So
people, but
it's not a good example, because what they got? It's not really a
for
good
everyone
example
who is white to say, oh, that's an Indian person, or that's a Pacific person, or that's an Arabic person. So I think it is the start, hopefully, of an opportunity for Australia to be more aware of what white is, what whiteness is, and the way in which that continues to play out across Australia.
Damn, Australia don't know what white is. When I look at your national team, I thought y'all was just, it was. This is how it looks. I thought that's just how Australia looked. Australia got other people that don't look like Sam Kerr. Like I said, even you can't even tell Sam Kerr Indian. I can't really tell what her ethnicity is. But like I said, my dad said she looked white. But she Indian. But let's go on her wiki real quick. Okay. And I can't believe they only scored 1 goal. It's kind of lame. Okay, Sam Kerr, born the 10th September, big Virgo. Look, they already outdid it. In 2020, she was charged with racially aggravated harassment of a police officer. She pled not guilty. Okay, here we go. It says Kerr was born in East Fremantle, a suburb of Perth, Western Australia. She's the daughter of Roxanne and Roger. Her father, a professional Australian rules footballer player, was born in Katia, to an English father, a featherweight boxer, and an Indian mother who played basketball. So an English father and a Indian mama. Okay. Damn, she scored. She was killing the league. 52 goals her year. That's when she made her way to and made her way to England. Yeah, but I mean, what she? I mean, I don't really care whether you know. I don't care what you look like, but you can't be racist, Sam. LOL. Hold on. All right, y'all. We're gonna see what happens with Sam. You know, will she get let off the hook, or is she going down in the gutter? What did y'all think about the Gold Cup? What did y'all think about the final Gold Cup? Were you satisfied? Are you satisfied about the outcome of USA being the Gold Cup winners? Or do you feel that we were kind of unjustly done? Let's see. All right. Let me see. I don't think I have anything else on that girl. Oh yes, here we go. So who is this guy? Craig Foster. So this person, Craig Foster, I don't understand. This guy. So they got this guy. So this guy, they have this guy now being educated. So he's here for the collective.
From the newsrooms of the Sydney Morning Herald and The Age, this is the Morning Edition. I'm Samantha Selinger Morris. It's Monday, March 11th.
We already heard from you. All right, we already heard from you. So this guy, Craig Foster, he apparently had to apologize. So this guy, he's in the news, he's in the headlines with Kerr now, right? Top stories, right? Craig Foster apologized to Sam Kerr after arguing her alleged remark to UK police officer was racist. Got this wrong. Socceroos' great dramatic backflip on Kerr question. So, Sam Kerr hailed as national hero in Australia as full details of her racial harassment case emerged. Look, the media is on Sam Kerr's side, and they're against white people. So that's concerning. The media are like, yeah, we're with Sam. She didn't say anything racist. So the media are with Sam, so that's a problem. When the media are with you, Greg Foster, and then you got people apologizing to you, you know something ain't clean. Greg Foster apologized to Sam Kerr after arguing her alleged remark to UK police officer was racist. Former Socceroo said he made a mistake and is very pleased to be able to learn that racism can only be perpetrated against a marginalized person or group. It's the same thing when you tell you, well, because they're not oppressed, they can't have racial shit happen to them. Then we can't even. No, we want to. Okay, you know what? We won't even use you. But we won't even use that. I don't even know who this guy is. Got this wrong. Socceroo great. Hold on. See, here's the thing. It says Foster has now made a formal apology and says he has learned from the scandal. It first emerged, Kerr called one of the London police officers stupid white bastard. The Australian, however, since reported Kerr legal team will argue that she used the phrase stupid white cop. So that's weird. The drama is reported to have unfolded after a dispute over a taxi fare. So the taxi guy was like, yo, I'm guessing the taxi driver called. That's why we need the court case. We need like the actual court case. He posted on X. So they're using this as like, I didn't know Australia was racist. I didn't know Australia had a race problem. They're using this to get Australia cleaned. Like they're using this to bring awareness to Australia about racism, which is weird, against white people. So I didn't know they had problems like this. Australia may be getting picked up for. Australia are gonna win the World Cup, and they're gonna have Sam Kerr jerseys. Justice for Sam. Is that what's gonna happen? Look at these players. Look at these players. Look at these players. I can't tell that Sam's Indian. I'm sorry. I can't tell that Sam's Indian. I know she's mixed, right? But Australia, y'all have a white people. Australian people don't like to call people white. Make it make sense. Why are you apologizing? He says, the Diversity Council of Australia definition is racism is when an individual or organization with race-based societal power discriminates, excludes, or disadvantages a racially based person because of their race, color, descent, nationality, ethnicity, religion, or immigration status. Racists can be conscious or unconscious, active or passive, obvious or subtle. This was an obvious racial slur. Does that equate to double standards when when the same terms or phrases are used against marginalized group? The answer is no. The answer is no, because the power differential and therefore impact are vastly and fundamentally different. It's the same thing when they said because you have more power that y'all can't be discriminated against. All they could do is go back to that same statement. Because Sam Kerr is a minority, she doesn't have power over that white cop that she called white cop. And that's where they're standing on. That's why they're trying to remix our minds to be racist to white people. So white people can get called all up and down the street. I call you, like, you cut me off. But that's how we've been programmed, y'all. That's how we've been programmed, to call people by their color instead of by their actions. We've been called to look at their color instead of their actions. So Sam Kerr gonna get off on this because she's Indian and gay, and she's Indian and gay. She gonna get off because she's Indian gay. And then she said, and then it was against the white man. So Sam Kerr gonna get off. But she not, Sam. You just need to make sure you don't be saying this to people. Okay? And not enough. Don't be saying this to people enough to get charges pressed against you. Like, you must have really irritated this guy. Like, you really did. You got under his skin, Sam. And he did not like how you were talking to him. And now you're in the media. I'm just like, I just don't like that. We're having conversations if white people can be racially abused. Yes, they can be. Yes, they can be. And it doesn't help when it's it doesn't help that it's from, like, if Sam Kerr was black and she said stupid white cop, stupid black cop, it doesn't help what color she is. It's still, you shouldn't be talking like this, especially in your situation where you're and we know no one's perfect. The role models are not perfect. But in your case, like I said, that's why I think she was drunk. She had to be under the influence of some alcohols. Because I just don't believe that she would have said this sober. And then we don't have no video. I just don't believe she would have said it sober. All right, y'all. Anyways. USA have won. They already ended the live? Hold on. Are we gonna get the how come we're not getting I need the post-game ceremony. I need the trophy ceremony. Where's the trophy ceremony? It just shut off on me. There we go. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I think she was drunk too. I think she was drunk. I'm not trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. I don't think she was sober. They had just won. They had just won something. USA. Who would y'all say, who would y'all say was a player of the tournament? Is it Jaden Shaw? Is it the great Haran? The official should have been there. Ugh. Let's see what the people are saying on YouTube here. Hold on, what is this? So do we really need Emma now? Do we? Do we really need Emma? I don't think we need Emma. Oh, they won it without her. I don't even know who's talking right now. All right. Best player? We got best player of yo, shout out to Shock. She is from Texas as well. Shout out to her. Championes. I can't believe it's America, bro. I can't believe it's America, to be honest. I can't believe it. Congratulations, America. We're so happy. We love you, America. Robin. Oh, jeez. Every time though. LOL, everyone. This is definitely bolster. Everyone, Roosevelt is the best tint in the world. Please stop putting her as an inverted winger. What does it say? They subbed off Alex Morgan early so she can fill the Women's Gold Cup with margaritas so her girly pops can celebrate. Oh, I was mad. I'm so done. I'm so done. Oh my god. Oh, y'all, you listen. They really think Gotham gonna be a freaking a super team. They think Gotham really about to be a super team, bro. Get out of here, Gotham. Y'all not gonna be. Y'all gonna be like everyone else. Y'all ain't gonna be better. Gotham, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen, Gotham. Dang, it's already 9:30. USA won the Gold Cup, y'all. If y'all didn't know, all right. USA won the Gold Cup. Facts. Big dubs. Big dubs. Let me see something else. What the people saying? Yo, I think Manchester City played today, and I think they lost, which is outrageous. I can't. Let me see. I think City lost today, y'all. I can't believe it. They lost back to back in penalties, fam. In penalties, fam. Y'all lost in penalties. Ugh. I tell you, I blame Chelsea. City lost today. They lost against. The streak is over. The streak is over. I'm salty. So that means, guess what? So USA. Not only did Gareth Taylor get a contract for 3 extra years, they got knocked out of the Continental Cup by Chelsea. And then it looks like they just got knocked out of the FA Cup by Tottenham. Now the only thing they can focus on is the League Cup. Great job, Taylor. We couldn't beat Tottenham after we beat them so many times. Y'all couldn't beat Tottenham after y'all beat them so many times in just last couple weeks. Look at this. And Beth England scores in the freaking... What? So Beth England finally shows up for her team? I don't know how Taylor. You know what? I can't fight them no more. I can't fight them no more when it comes to Taylor and his contract. Lost penalties. Thank you. Yeah, it's bad. So the Finals Cup MVP is the Great Haran. Crystal Dunn talking on the podium right now. Hold on. Play of the match. Alright, I need to figure out who is the best 11 of the tournament. Packed crowd. They're in San Diego. Our legacy, our cup. Hold on now. I mean, even though I didn't watch it, I wasn't really that impressed because I saw Brazil making most of the attacks. I saw Brazil attacking most of the time. All right, America. Let's see what y'all do in the World Cup. Let's see what America does at the Olympics, right? Good. Do they got the She Believes Cup? Hold on. They gonna win the She Believes Cup? That's right. That's right. The She Believes Cup. This is the She Believes Cup. This is the teams we're gonna see. USA, Japan, Canada, Brazil. So we already got to see Brazil, Canada, and USA. So we're going to see how Japan's going to be doing. But this is the She Believes Cup we got. Canada, Brazil, Japan, USA. Huh? What they talking about, man? Crystal, I don't even know if she's going to be part of that Olympic, what's it, France? LOL. We don't have anything yet for the Olympics. Rod is the big loss for sure. Yeah, you facts, big facts. Yeah, Jill, losing Jill cost City a lot. That's why that is why this summer signings are so crucial. Oh, good. The Great Haran's on the podium now. She's the captain. Big Jimmy. Big Jimmy. And shout out to San Diego, who sold out the crowd. That's really nice as well. Oh, no. They're going. She's leaving. She's leaving. Kawashiri is leaving for Barca. It's over. Everyone retreat. PSG. Y'all couldn't sell her to anybody? Nope. She's on her contract. Look at this. So they're going to have... who? That's tough. This is on Barca's Twitter. She's trying to win a Champions League. My thing is, okay, is she coming off the bench? Or is Lucy out? Because I know you ain't going to bench Oana. So I guess Lucy out the door? You going to play both of them? You going to convert somebody into a center back? How is Barca going to add her to their roster? Where's she going to play at? Who's getting benched? Because she's a starter. What y'all think? where Barca gonna put her? That's why the player is set to arrive on a free transfer fee after her contract expires on June 30. And this is why we need to get what's her name? Not her. 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 Where's she at? There she is. Can y'all spot the player we gotta sign? Can y'all spot the player we gotta sign? It looks like an upside down 6. Mariona. Right, my number 9, Mariona. We gotta get her. We gotta get her. Facts. Facts. We gotta get her. Cause she's starting right now. No, she's on the bench. Where's she? Where's she at? No, she's starting. There she is, Mariona, right there. They're on match day 20. Barca's record against Real Sociedad, all competitions: 38 played, 30 wins, 6 loss, 6 draws. Damn. Because you can't sign Graham Hansen. She resigned. I'm not too sure about Bomati, but we can't sign Graham Hansen. I don't know if she's out of contract. And if the next player I would get would be Patry, if we can't sign but we can't even sign Patry because I think she's still in contract. She's still in contract, but let me see. End of results gonna be starting pretty fast, Houston. Yeah, waiting on Alex Morgan. She shouldn't even be here. It should be me official. Bruh. Wait, what? Hold on, what? She didn't get to play at all. Oh, look at this look at Barbara. Oh, that's so cool. I didn't know she was a ball girl. I'm looking for... Okay. Oh shit, Kiki's in the building. Hold on. Man, I couldn't even watch the Wait, Houston played this weekend? Houston played this weekend. That's wild. Houston played this weekend. I didn't even know. They're gonna be playing Carriage. Oh, jeez. Alright, listen. It is really opening weekend. I can't believe it. Yo, remember when she got drafted? Oh, Charlie's on the mic now with Alex. Yo. I hope Charlie's gonna be a baller like Alex. I hope Charlie's gonna be a baller. It's cause if she's not a soccer player, it's gonna suck. Cause like, and like her, we're relying on Crystal Dunn, Alex Morgan, and Sid LaRue's kids to be like their parents, so they can be like the actual next generations. Cause how like Charlie, I think she's the oldest out of the ladies that had babies. Cause I'm trying to think, did Sid LaRue have kids before Alex? I think she might have had kids before Alex, but I think she had a boy first. But just in general, it's gonna be cool to see them down the line. They play. But anyways, all right, y'all. I gotta get out of here. Okay, USA 1-0. We looked into Sam Kerr. We're gonna see what happens with her. Was she gonna get a slap on her wrist? And I guess they're using this to bring wokeness to Australia, which is weird. And hey, go woke, go broke. That woke shit is the most stupidest stuff. Ideologies, they're them reprogramming our mental with stupidity. And we can't allow that to happen. We gotta protect our white people. And that's like real talk. Like, that's real talk. Like, that shouldn't get called that. I'm sorry, man. Real talk. Really am. Anyways, y'all, I hope y'all have a good night. Have a good evening wherever you're at. Okay, USA back on top like they're supposed to be. We're going to see how this reflects, I guess, in the She Believes Cup. If they're able to do this again, because they're going to have to either be, well, they're going to have to beat Japan, and then they're going to have to beat either Canada or Brazil again, right? And then I guess the final. So we're going to see if they're able to do this again. And this is still going to be with Twyla. And the only time we're going to get to see Emma Hayes is in the South Korea friendlies, when they host them, I think in May and June. I think it's in May. And we're going to see what Emma's going to think. But before that, we're going to get the She Believes Cup. And before that, we have NWSL. And before that, I think we have, I'm going to see if I can find some other, another league that's going to be popping off here pretty soon. I can't believe City lost. Make sure y'all check out the YouTube channel as well. For other, because I'll be putting my recaps up on YouTube. So if you want to check out the YouTube channel, appreciate it. But I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. All right. Have a good night. Deuces.